there's a term that has become kind of a catchphrase, buzzwords, if you will, and it's white privilege. And I've debated this privately with a few of my friends. And even though I'm a quarter Native American, I'm mostly Caucasian, right? And so I don't face the same issues that my black friends face, or my Latino friends, or maybe that you face.
You know, I just have to say this, and it would be wrong of me if I don't. I've lived in Kern County for 46 years. I was born in the Arabian Peninsula. I'm a Muslim. I never changed my name, okay? And most of the people I grew up with were white Christians, and or Catholics, you know. I had never, ever experienced prejudice, injustice, oppression. I was never not welcome. Me and my family. I don't know what happened. I don't know why, but I'm not one of those guys can line up and say, I've had all this happen to me. It was the post 9/11 world,
right?
That opened up this new door, okay, of hate and just absolute seething anger at an Arab, a Muslim, you know, and a person of, you know, maybe, you know, other from outside of this country, if you will. His origins were outside of this country. I really haven't personally. I would be lying to you. My neighbors never made me feel that way. Okay. And I've lived in various areas around town. If anything, my neighbors are some of my first defenders, always been my first defenders. People I went to school with, people that I've, you know, met and broken bread with, done business with, whatever. Friends from back those days to now, I've had really, really good, decent relations. So I got to say that. And this is right here in Kern County.
So divorce yourself from your personal experience, and now give me your opinion. Is it more difficult for people of color to climb a corporate ladder or to climb any ladder of success?
I think so.
In this country than it is for a white person.
I believe it is. And look, that isn't to say that white people are you know, the majority of white people want that, or the majority of white people have a stake in that, or that they're the ones that are creating that.
It's just how it is.
It's just how it is. It's just kind of how it is, you know. And
but it doesn't make it right. See, it's
not right.
That's why when Colin Kaepernick refuses to stand, and I hear people saying he should leave the country, rich, spoiled athlete. Doesn't he know he was raised by white people?
What if he wasn't rich or spoiled? What if he was
that's the point.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a different lens through which people view the world based on themselves, who they are.
A better way to view this would be show the rest of the world and say, look at us here in America. We can do that. We can have this much dissent. We can be this controversial, and not get thrown in jail. You know, not get abused, not get harmed by a government, so on and so. You know, you can't do this in many Middle Eastern countries, many Arab countries. Man, if they just hear you, listen. Do you know in Dubai?
You couldn't do it in Saudi Arabia.
You know Dubai today, which everyone they're making it the tourism mecca of the world, right? Sure. Do you know that you can't have open religious discussions in various areas? Yeah. If they hear you just having religious discussions about matters, they're going to shut you down.
I have friends,
and that's the UAE.
Have you been to Qatar?
I've never been to Qatar. No.
Okay, so most people would say Qatar.
Yeah,
right?
We say Qatar.
Yeah, I have friends that went over. They were invited by a Christian group to come over and do some meetings, and these are really dear friends of mine from Georgia, wonderful people who love God. And they went, and they've gone several times now, but it's a stunning reality when the government comes and tells you this is the only place you can meet. It has to be inside the building. You cannot do anything even outside of the doors. And this is the length of time you are allowed to meet, and you cannot go over that.
For a religious meeting.
For a religious meeting.
And I'm not, now just to make sure I clarify my point, I'm not talking about Jews and Christians. I'm talking about Muslims talking about Islam.
Oh,
yes.
Well, look at you.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you, is even in Dubai, where all the world's going to have fun and play and have a good old time, if you have open discussions about religion, and they find out you're sitting there preaching openly, you're going to get shut down.
Is Dubai the most Western of all the...
Look at it. You tell me. I mean, I went there for 5 days, and it's it's a pretty hot...
I know they got tall buildings.
Yeah, they got tall buildings. They got a whole lot of things you can do, and it looks as free can be, but that's not as free as the United States, man. It's not as free the things we can do and say here. And Kaepernick can do what he does.
Right.
I can do what I do.
Right.
You could do what you do.
Sure.
And do I love this country? Hey, I have a lot of love for my country, but I said I have a lot of matters and a lot of things that I'm disappointed about. That I want to bring us back,
Sure.
or take us to places that we're able to be and become and go back to, and so that is not being unpatriotic, okay, and that is not hating on my country. That's not wanting it to be unjust in any way or oppressive in any way. Sure. I don't care. You can talk about Saudi Arabia. You can talk about China. You can talk about all these other places. Well, I don't live there. You know,
Right.
I live here, and this is my country.
All
This is
right.
where my kids are born and raised.
Hold on.
And so I want this place to be a more just place.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So be it.
All right.